Hey guys, welcome to Lex's World. I want to talk about cannabis lounges today. What is a cannabis lounge and what is their future, in my opinion? First, it's just a place where recreational consumers can show up without any kind of membership scheme and smoke socially. Like a pub or a bar, but for weed, not liquor. The other day I was in downtown Vancouver and I visited such a lounge. It was pretty amazing to see. Now, the fact I visited a recreational use lounge in Canada may confuse some of my viewers, since simple possession is not even decriminalized in Canada just yet, much less regulated. The lounge I visited, which is currently operating with relative impunity despite that setback, is Marc Emery's Vapor Lounge, located, as I said, in Vancouver. You may remember Marc Emery from my top 5 cannabis activists videos. The city of Vancouver takes an extremely liberal and relaxed view to cannabis, even by Canadian standards. And because of that, medical dispensaries, these recreational use lounges, and head shops are already popping up there, despite the fact that only the head shops are legal, and even so it's kind of iffy on a federal level. So the one I visited was a great example of showing off the variety of what could one day be possible nationally and in many years internationally. Google image search some pictures of the lounge if you like, but the inside of the main lounge is basically like this. It's a large room full of leather couches where you can bring your own weed and smoke it. Every set of couches has a table with a volcano vaporizer, there's some weed-related board games, and there was even a snack counter where you can buy food and drink. Now, in this casual lounge environment, the establishment makes most of its revenue through a small cover charge, because you get to use their vaporizers, and by selling the food and drink. Though lately, this lounge has started selling small amounts of weed for on-site consumption as well. Really small amounts, like less than a gram, because I think they're trying not to get into trouble. A separate cafe located in the same building as the lounge is operating a little bit differently. It has more of a restaurant kind of feel, with long tables and stools, and they actually serve full meals, which you can get delivered to your table while you sit there and smoke. At one point, I was sitting at the bar, and I saw these two little old ladies sitting around, vaporizing from a volcano, clearly for the first time, and they were really mesmerized by this guy sitting right next to them, doing dabs on a dabbing rig that he brought from home. It was just an amazing sight, like culturally. But for now, these kind of lounges are an anomaly. Only in Vancouver, maybe in Toronto, can this exist and survive without a crackdown by authorities. The same lounge would be shuttered very quickly anywhere else in Canada. The one I visited was mind-blowing and is way ahead of its time. I love the idea of these lounges, and I think that they will be a huge industry all by themselves someday, because marijuana consumers are different from liquor consumers, and we should have, and certainly would enjoy, having our own lounges. If there was a marijuana lounge in my neighborhood, I'd certainly go there before going to a pub. Chilling with people on couches is a perfect fit, and by virtue of the substance that you're consuming in these places, you're bound to have a lot less problems of the violence and all the kind of things that police are used to dealing with in liquor establishments. The good news and bad news in this video, I guess, is that on one hand, cannabis lounges are real, and they're awesome, and they're coming our way, no doubt about it. But on the other hand, even the regulated places that have legalized weed take a while to accept them. So for many people who still don't have even legal weed, these lounges may be 5 years, 10 years, or 15 years away for you. But something to look forward to. That's the show. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to subscribe and hit that like button.